Another snippet on December 3rd. It's now 3:11 p.m. And I want to say I was on a family vacation about a week and a half ago. About a week and a half now, I guess. And I was only gone for like 4 days. When I came back, something that I had above my bed frame that's been up there for the 2 years that I've been here, right? Maybe 1.5, because I remember I didn't buy it immediately, but at least over a year. It seemed like it was falling down. So the left top part was hanging over. So I could tell one of the hooks, fell. And that's why I was like that. I didn't take a picture of that, but as you can see in the picture, that's how the wall looks, right? You can still see the remaining hooks. And then this is the big thing that I had put up there. It's very pretty. It's like a nice flowery thing. I'm not a big decorator, but it was something that I liked. That gave me like a nice garden vibe in a sense. So I wasn't going to say anything about that. But literally, and that was, so that I came back home to that, I want to say about a week now. Yeah, about a week. So yes, about a week. That's what I say. Worked. Yeah, about a week. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the time frame. So I'm saying that to say, just now, I said, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Again, I've never been in this situation before. So I said, let me just start washing some clothes to make sure I have stuff. And I'm going to put some stuff in a little suitcase of mine's. And I walked away. I just started my first load. And I walked away and I was, again, looking outside to make sure my car is still safe and sound. There's no boot on there. And I heard something drop. So I'm walking towards back the washing machine. I'm like, well, maybe it shook and something fell off. But I'm like, I don't see nothing on the floor. And I walked in my room, the same room, and something else fell off the wall. Now, this is a symbol for me. So as you can see, that's the wall, and this is what fell. This has also been up there for about a year. So why all of a sudden, right? Now, it is getting cold, but it's been cold before, so I don't know why the wall would just give out. I'm pausing this really quick to say the reason why I mentioned the wall is cold, so it is winter, and what I have is a, what do you call those? Command strip. It's a command strip hook. So it's not like a nailed in the drywall. So sometimes, the weather can change the texture of the wall. And I'm only saying this from experience. Like, I've hung stuff up before when it was too hot, something happened, or sometimes there could be a crack with the weather. So that's the reason why I mentioned this, to not sound too silly to someone else. But in my mind, it could just be maybe the winter month is affecting the wall all of a sudden this year. I'm only saying this to say I've always been around signs and God talking to me in different ways. I think it's God. I hope it's God. I have belief that it is Him. And years ago, I was manifesting something. And I remember I used to like this car, the Genesis. And it was a newer version at that time. I just like how it looked. It was pretty, but I didn't really care to have the car right then and there because I had a reliable car. The car that I still have that I love so much. But I had it on my vision board, right? Key point right there. And months pass, still have this thing on my vision board. And one night, I had a whiteboard that was in my room. I used to, write stuff on there when I was in my role as a business analyst. And that night, it randomly fell off the wall and it dropped on the floor and it broke. And I was like, oh my gosh, why would you fall? Right? The next morning, when I was still going to the gym, I got up. It was early morning, maybe like around 6-ish. Drove to the gym, did a few minutes, not even that long. And then driving back home because at the time I worked from home. And on my way back home, I literally lived maybe like 12 minutes away from the gym. So it's not even that far. I kid you not. I was at the stoplight and I got sideswiped by a vehicle. And I'll reveal that in a different message. This is just to focus on what's happening now. A vehicle sideswiped my car. I was standstill. Something was going on with their car. They sideswiped the car and kept driving. And I was like dumbfounded. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So my instincts kicked in and I felt like my spirit took over in a sense. And I was in the turning lane to go into the next road. I literally just made a U-turn. I made a U-turn to try to see if I could find the person, because in my mind, this is a hit and run, right? So I'm trying to hurry up to see the car. I don't even remember how the car looked like. I know it was a small SUV because remember, it was still dark. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I was getting up to where you could go onto the highway, right? And then I gave up because I'm like, well, the person probably fled, went on the highway. I don't remember how the car looked, whatever, right? So now I'm in going the opposite direction, about to now make another U-turn to go back home, to go back to where I was, to go back home. Key point here. Remember what was on the vision board that fell? Yeah. So, or not the vision board, but my whiteboard, but something was on my vision board. So I'm in the turning lane. It's red. To my right, a lane that's going straight, they also got the red light. There was a guy in a black car, and he put down his window and he said, I saw everything. Let's pull over to the side. And I'm like, oh my gosh, a good Samaritan. Wow. Okay. I'm still in shock of what has happened. So I pulled over to the side and it ended up pulling into like a bank that wasn't even open yet. So I pulled into the bank, and I'm not going to give too much about the specific story. I'm going to end it here. The car the Good Samaritan was driving was the newest Genesis car. So I'm saying that to say something else happened to me before where something kind of fell. I think that's God's sign of talking to me. Things like fall off the wall. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And it happens randomly. So with these two events happening since I came back home from my trip, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I just wanted to say that here. So this is going to be a long December 3rd message, because as I'm feeling something, as I'm seeing something, I'm going to make a note because I don't want to forget. And this may be significant for the future, and this may help someone. So that's my story. I don't know. What is happening, Lord? What is happening? I'm so flabbergasted right now.